What's up guys, we are back in our video. So today I'll be showing you guys my new app I made. So let's get right into it. So pretty much my app is pretty much a macro maker, which you guys know on my channel. I posted multiple macros, which are on screen right now. We got the Forge macro, we got the Bomb Auto Hockey macro, and also I did make a video on Auto Hockey, so that'll be there too. All those videos will I think, if I remember, I'll link them in the description. If not, just look in the top right corner. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So pretty much, as like I said, you guys, I love making macros, I love coding, and I was bored, and I was like, I was gonna make an app that coded macros. I've spent multiple days coding this. It's like Tiny Task, but like my version, cooler, you know what I mean? It's still experimental, so it's not the best, but it still kind of works. I've also never worked with a lot of this coding stuff before. Like, I've worked with like Python and stuff, but I haven't worked with what I did in this app. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So pretty much, let me open up my browser. A link in the description will be below to this GitHub link, and also you should also join my Discord server, which it'll be there too. But anyways, essentially what you would do is you go over here to the releases. So you go to, you would either go to code, which is right here, and then after you go to code, which all the source code is also here, and you have this description, all of that. But you can also go to releases like so, and here is the latest release, which is version 2.3. Now, I've went through multiple versions. Do not get any version below version 2.2, because all of them are all broken and will probably just get corrupted. But version 2.3 is the latest one. I recommend, by the time this video might be out, there might be newer versions. It might be like V2.4 and so, because I might keep updating it. So just make sure you get the latest version, and it should work. And if it doesn't, get a version under it. Anyway, so to start off, you're gonna go over and download the setup.exe. So let's just do that. And once you save it, like so, you see it right here. All you're gonna do is just wait, and now all you have to do is run the file. So I'm gonna run the setup.exe. I'm gonna shrink that, wait for it to load, and close. Here we go. So this is the setup.exe. Essentially, I recommend just pressing install for only me. You can install for all users, but I just recommend pressing install for only me. And yeah, so you do that. It should give you like a file location. It should send to your app data, your local app data, and your program. Which just keep it there unless you guys want to change it. But that is the default location. I'm actually gonna blur this because my name's in here. And yeah. Also, just so you know, guys, if it does give you a Windows Defender warning, which it did actually happen when I was testing it on a virtual machine, if it gives you a warning, just go over to like the top left of the Windows Defender message and press show more. It should show unknown publisher, and then it should show run anyway, and then you can run it anyway. The reason why it sets it off is because there's this thing called like py installer or Python installer, and the way it works, it just sets off Windows Defender, but the source code's all there, you can see it. And if you don't trust like the .exe, you can just run the source code itself. But anyways, so we press next. Create desktop shortcut. I would check mark that, but you don't have to. Press next, and then I'll blur this too, and then just press install. And now also blur this. Oh my god. Now wait for it to install. I hate how I can't like change my computer name because it like just shows my name. But I'll blur all this in the editing. Alright, we're gonna keep waiting. And just so you know, this, like I said, this app will be installed in your app data inside of it's gonna be app data, local, programs, and then you can find your the file. And in there, I'll show you guys how to uninstall it in a minute. So now, just keep launch code check mark so it can launch once you press finish. So now you have to wait. It's gonna launch. Just sit and wait. There's also a cool animation I spent a lot of time coding. So wait for it. Hold up. That's on. Alright, there we go. We got some little sound. A pretty cool animation. I was going for like an Opera GX kind of vibe. Alright, hold up, let me open it here. So this is the main app. So, as you can see, we have the recorder, where you can record your script. You have the workspace, where you can edit them. You have tools, which these are experimental, and like it says, it may encounter errors, or just might not work. So use them with caution. So we got the AI assistant, which in the end isn't actually an AI assistant. It uses an algorithm, because I don't want to use an API key, because it costs too much. So, with the algorithm, it might not be as good, which is why I recommend not using it. But if you guys want to use it, you can. Doesn't matter. You got a converter, or you can convert Python scripts into auto hockey, and vice versa. We got a code builder, which is not the best, but you can like build blocks and stuff and all that. So I'm gonna like add a block, and look, I got the code right here. And if I scroll down somehow, I don't know why I can't scroll down. I'll fix that, don't worry guys. By the time this video releases, it'll be fixed, don't worry. But I can't scroll down. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's just, yeah, I'll fix it later. But anyways, yeah, so pretty simple. And then you can just like, you can move it around, all of that, and it gives you the new code. You just paste that into your editor, or just press send to editor, and you can import it and all of that. And then we have the replay, where pretty much whenever you record like a macro in the recorder, you can load that macro, and as long as you have specific settings activated, you should be able to see the video and also hear the video. And it's just like a whole replay to show you what it would look like, because that's what you just did. We have a help section, which is pretty nice. We have a tutorial. We can press start tutorial. You can go through all the tabs like so. Pretty nice, like that. And there's a tutorial right there. Then, back at help, there's also 2 more things. You can also go to Discord support, which link in the description will be my Discord server, both of them. Both my auto hockey one and my main Discord server. You guys can go join that. And open HTML guide, which is pretty much just a guide on your browser, like so, which is custom made. As you can see, also the blurred that, but as you can see, all of this cool stuff, all these descriptions, definitely was not written by AI, guys, trust me. We got the official repository, all of that, where you guys can go. This will link you here. We have all of this, and so and so, and you can join the Discord server and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you guys should do. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, and I'm also trying to get monetized, and I'm really close. So, yeah. Anyways, now we're back here. Oop, I keep clicking off. Alright, so we're gonna go to settings. So here's the last part of it. First up, you can choose your export folder. Automatically, this app makes multiple things in your app data. It makes like a cached file, all of that, and it includingly makes an export folder for you. You can obviously delete these files if you want. I recommend not deleting all of them, but you can delete like some of the files. I just recommend not deleting all of them because it might break the script. I think you remix it just in case. I don't remember what I coded. It's like 6,000 lines of code. If you guys download the source code, you'll see what I mean. But anyways, so yeah, I have my own custom thing on my external drive, which is my export folder. And as you can see, we have all this auto hockey stuff. Also, just so you know, I'm about to get, when they get to the recorder part of it, just so you know, you don't need auto hockey for this. You can also use Python, but I like auto hockey, but you don't need it. So, appearance, you can choose your appearance. It can be computer auto, which is whatever your computer is set to. You can do dark, which is what I have it on because it's computer auto. Light, which you have to also press apply, like so. Oh, it's so bright. Custom, where you can actually, it's a bit different, and you can also like change up the colors like so. Like I can do, for example, let's do red, and bam, that's custom. But let's just stick with computer auto because that's what I like. Then we go back down here, and there's 2 sounds you can turn. You get the click sound, which sounds like that, and I can just like turn that on. And we have the tab sound, which sounds like that, and essentially whenever you click on a different tab, it plays like that. I have them automatically off because they don't sound very good, but if you guys want to turn them on, you can. We got the releases, which is pretty much, you can open the releases, and it pretty much just tells you how this local builder only works if you have the source code. But, and like, if you have the source code, I think I left it in the source code, I can actually check. We can go to GitHub, I mean. We got a code, I'm pretty sure I left the app updater in there. Yep, we'd run the app updater.bat. So all you have to do is just edit the code in cohub _py or .py, and then you just run this, let it update the app and the .exe, and then you can run it. But this only works if you have it installed. But if you just have like the exe or whatever, it won't work. Then we have fmpeg. Do not touch this. This is essentially just for like sounds and videos, so just don't touch that. Replay capture. I recommend turning these 2 on. You can experiment with these 2. It turns them on. I recommend using game system, but you can also record your mic or record both of them. And then you would also just set your sounds, so headphones, mic, all of that. And then you can also choose your frame rate. I recommend just keeping it at 60. It's pretty good, but you can turn it up if you want. And then you have this where you can turn on permissions for the assistant, and then your data paths, which are displayed down here. Now, let's actually get into this after I yapped for like the past few minutes. You guys can just, if you guys wanted, you guys could just skip this part. But yeah, anyways, so to the recorder, you're gonna go over here and you're gonna choose Python or AutoHockey V2. Now, link in the description below for AutoHockey V2 if you guys want to install it. It's very simple. I also made a video, which will be on the top right, I think, again, or before at least. But you guys can go and watch that video on how to do AutoHockey for beginner's guide. But essentially, AutoHockey is the main thing you want to do. But, for example, if you don't want to install AutoHotkey or you don't have it, you can use Python. However, when you do run Python, if you do not have Python 3 installed on your computer, it will ask you to install it. You just press yes, you go to the link, and you install it. And you have to make sure you go through it and make sure you install the entire thing. But yeah, because it just physically won't work if you don't have Python 3. Let's just do AutoHotkey v2 for the sake of this video. So, to do this, you're just going to set it to that. You can set it to normal, advanced, or minimal. Minimal pretty much means it's like it barely tries, it only does the minimal amount of effort to record. Normal is what you should probably keep it on, and advanced records practically everything it can. It records your mouse moving, like each place your mouse moves. So if I just drag my mouse like this without clicking, it will log that. Normal is just like a normal macro, which is really all you need. But if you really want to make it like super automated, you could use advanced. Anyways, let's get right into it. So all you have to do is just click off and press F1. You guys won't be able to see the UI, but that's fine. All you have to do is press F1 and then start doing stuff. So I'm pressing it in 3, 2, 1. Alright, activated. You might be able to see my mouse flashing. All you have to do is go over to where you can click. So I'm going to click the shop. Click that. And I'm going to try and click the X right here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. And I'm going to click here. I'm just going to press F2. And bam. As you can see, my mouse stops flashing. That essentially means that the macro is done recording. Let's go down and open this again. As you can see, it's going to say save recording. And all you have to do is just name it. I'm just going to name it test 1. And you could use default, which is whatever this is. Or you can like choose it if you don't want to do what the default would be, and you just press save macro. The UI is a bit smushed. I'll fix that a bit later though. Essentially press save macro. You can press save, all of that, but I recommend just pressing run, and it'll make you save it anyways. You press yes, and as you can see, there's that loading animation. And in the top right, you can see a little watermark. You guys can obviously delete that, and you can delete any of the code if you want. I just have the code set up like this. With Python, there is no watermark, but with AutoHotkey, there is, because I chose that. But, yeah, you can always delete the watermark if you don't want it. I just have it, like, automatically. So, once you minimize that, all you have to do is press F1, like so, and it'll run it, like, pretty simply, and just let it move. Give it a second, because I did take a second to click, but I'm not even touching my computer, but it's going to start clicking. Now, that is a bit buggy, because the game is a bit buggy, but if I just, like, help it out here, I'm just going to click there. It should work then, because it's just a bit buggy where, like, it's just how the UI works in slap battles, but in most games it won't. Also, for some reason, the UI is just not registering. But yeah, as you can see, it would have worked if it didn't do that. It's fine. It doesn't really matter, though. But now I'm going to click there, I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click there, which won't work. It's fine. It's just because of how Roblox UI mixed with, slap battles. But it would essentially work. It also can record keys, so all you have to do is press number pad 5 to unlock it, like so. That'll close the script. And I can go over here, let it open back up. I can also let's go to replay real fast. I can load it, as you can see. And when I press play preview, wait for it, give it a second. It's going to click it, and you can also, if I stop talking, you can hear it, and this is just recording it. And that's pretty simple. And you're going to see, like, the replay of what would happen, or what should happen, compared to what might actually happen, but that's what should happen. But yeah, so let's go back here, and let me show you guys one more example. If I just go and delete that, like so, okay. Now that is deleted, I'm going to go back, I'm going to go over here first. Alright, I'm just going to press F1 now, and I'm going to press E. And as you can see, I can, like, move around all of this. I can turn all of this stuff. I can left click. And I can press F2 again. So, I'm going back to my UI. I'm going to press save. I'm going to run this. I'm going to press yes. Now, I'm going to shrink that. I'm going to press F1 and hold up. Let me reset. Alright, let's wait for the cooldown to finish. Okay, now that the cooldown is finished, all I have to do is press F1. Wait, let's go over here actually. Alright, now I'm going to press F1. Wait it to its thing. Give it a second. Alright, so move me around. Press E. Move me around all like that. And it's going to repeat exactly what happened before. Besides for the turning of camera, because I didn't have a vein installed. But that's pretty simple. So, yeah, let me just press F1, and reset. None of that happening. Alright, so let me go over here. So, as you can see, it's pretty simple. All I would have to do is press save, just in case if I ever edit the script. And you can also delete all this stuff. You can go over and look for what you're looking for, which, where is it? Let me find the, water. You can also press Control F on here. Let's find it. Hold up, that's not working. Where is it? I need to find the thing. Yeah, here we go. You can just delete the create watermark function, and you can also delete show code hub loader if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And while you're at it, I think, where is it? It is this, and all you do is just delete that, and that, and that. And then simply, all you have to do is just press save. Now I can run this script. As you can see, there's no animation at all. There's no watermark. But if I go back here and I wait for the cooldown to finish, then I go ahead and press F1, wait for it, and it's gonna do the animation anyways without a watermark or loading animation like so. So pretty simple. So let me just cancel that. Let me end that. Okay, so we're gonna go back and open up the UI. So pretty much that is all, guys. This is essentially the entire thing. But yeah. So if you guys want to edit it, you guys can. It doesn't really matter. But, just, if you guys do ever edit, like, the actual app, just give me credit if you guys can. But, yeah, links will all be in the description below, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.